And so in this journey with food, we've talked about so far showing up every day with a little bit of curiosity, seeing what can you learn. The second piece is being prepared to unlearn and to challenge the beliefs that you have, the limitations that you set for yourself, and to begin to connect with, as you challenge those, what's the truth for you, what feels right for you. And the last piece is patience. Oh my, how I wish I could tell everyone, if you draw the graph and it goes like this and the line goes up, how I wish I could tell everyone that that's what it is. But it's not. And as I mentioned in my last video, we're dancing. As we go through this, we're really dancing. Remember, by the time you're 40, you've had about 40,000 meals. And if you've been eating in a particular way, if you've been confused about what you're eating, that's 40,000 thoughts and habits and ways of being that you have to challenge. And it's easy to say, be patient. I am not patient. But what are the things that are going to allow you to be patient is that piece where I mentioned at the start. Trust that you already have it. Know that you have that thing that you want. And then the boring steps along the middle don't become as challenging or difficult. What can you do in terms of the patience? Well, lean into it and ask yourself, why is it that I want it all now? Why is it, is there a belief there? Is there something that I need to explore? What's really going on for me? And is there other ways that I can support myself? So as I find the journey difficult, what are the things that it's like, you use the cup analogy. It's like, what am I putting in my cup while I go through this? Every one of us knows that when we want to change something, we need to resource up. If you're in your yoga practice, or if you're going to the gym, or you're going to the, if you're learning to run or whatever it is, you're resourcing up, you're always adding more in. What would I say from a nutrition perspective? My tips in terms of the patience is keep the food stuff simple. Remember that we're really working towards variety and my good old favorite of fiber. So love your gut. Remember to feed that gut of yours. I offered this to a client during the week and she really enjoyed it. I was like, we often eat just with our brains in mind because our brain talks to us, but our gut also, as the guys down in UCC have told us or shown us, our gut also needs specific kinds of foods. So when we're eating, a simple thing can be to think, okay, well, what am I feeding my brain today and what am I feeding my guts? My gut, we only have one. Instead of thinking about how many carbohydrates should I have, what shouldn't I have, or what should I have? So love your gut, give it fiber, give it variety, feed it. Remember that it too has a really important place and a really important need. If you feed that gut is known as the second brain. It's linked up to this guy, and these work together. So food and mood, it is a thing. 80% of our serotonin is produced around that gut area. So think again about when you're feeding that gut, give 10% to lots of areas of your life. It's not, we're coming in and we're just tackling the food stuff. We're tackling how is your sleep, because if your sleep's not right, it's going to impact your food absorption. How is your movement? If your movement is producing, you're doing a high intensity exercise and you get too much cortisol running around, that's going to create an impact. If you're very emotional, that's going to create an impact too on how you absorb your food. So there's so much that needs to be done in the talking around the food as opposed to the physical food that we eat. The other piece is when we think of nutrients and we think of what does our brain want every day, it wants safety and it wants energy. And our breath, that's the best way to give our body fuel so that it can create energy. It's needed in that synaptic synapse in your body to produce energy. So if you're not breathing, just have a check in and see, could I do a little bit more of that throughout the day? And I'm telling you, you won't notice the benefits straight away. You can't notice these things straight away, but the more you do them, the more regular they become in your routine, the more you feel the benefit for them. So, find ways of supporting yourself, find ways of using all of this information so that you can make your journey a little bit different. Whether it's in a journal or talking to a friend or reaching out to get support from somebody, find ways to make that journey calm for you. As I mentioned, it would be awesome for me to say, oh my God, I've got so American here. It would be amazing for me to say that, if I tell you to eat X, Y, and Z, everything's going to change for you. But the reality is that's not. And I'm here to sell the truth to you. I'm here to tell you the truth. I'm here to let you understand that it is a journey, but it doesn't have to be as hard as what many of us feel like it might be. There will be challenges, but the more you challenge yourself, we all talk about this word resilience, and we can build up our resilience with our nutrition, with our exercise. We can always also build up our resilience in ourselves by taking on those challenges and knowing that at the other side, we're going to get what we wanted. A feeling of calm, a feeling of control, a feeling of relief, or a feeling of having ourselves back. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing you watch me lots of more videos to come.